Hey, this is Jill Ciminillo with Pickup Truck Plus SUV Talk. We are at the 2022 Detroit Auto Show, and that means we have a lot of vehicles at our disposal. So what I want to do in this video is check out full-size SUVs and see how they fit a petite driver. Okay, what do I mean by petite? Well, I'm about 5 feet tall and I weigh 95 pounds. I'm actually what they call the 5th percentile female, which means that I am the lowest common denominator that an automaker would actually design for. Toyota Sequoia right now. The unfortunate thing is this is a prototype vehicle and it's not on, which means I can't adjust the seats. So we're gonna kind of play around with this a little bit, and I'm going to, we're gonna punt. So if I were going to sit in the vehicle and make sure that, you know, my feet and my hands can actually reach the steering wheel. And I will point out that the steering wheel does move away from me a couple of inches, so this is not going to be entirely accurate with just the tape measure. I'm about 10 inches from the steering wheel. And that is about the minimum distance that a driver should be from the steering wheel according to the NHTSA, because you don't want to have to worry about airbags or anything else in an accident. So even though I can't show you exactly how this looks at this moment, I have driven this. I've driven the Toyota Tundra, so I can tell you that my driving position is not ideal, because this is about as high as this seat pumps up, and looking over the hood is a little bit tough, and I feel very short sitting in this vehicle. The belt line is a little bit high. So even though like the position for my legs is okay, and I feel like I'm not sitting too close to the steering wheel, my visibility isn't good. So I'm going to kind of move this down on the scale of how this rates for somebody who is on the petite side of the spectrum. So let's go see what else we can find on the floor, and let's check out the next vehicle. I'm now sitting in the Ford Expedition, and I have to tell you, I have a really good driving position here, and there is one thing on this vehicle that I think really makes that possible, and that is the fact that this has adjustable pedals. And this is not a super high-end top-tier trim of the vehicle. Now, there are some base models that are not going to have adjustable pedals, but this one has adjustable pedals, so I was able to push the pedals away a little bit, which means I could have the steering wheel a little bit further away from me. So I can drape my hand over the steering wheel, just brake. So this is a good driving position. I have the seat far back enough that, again, comfortable driving position, but can still reach the pedals really well. So time to pull out the handy dandy tape measure and see what this looks like. So, all right, let's see. So, and you have to measure from your breastbone to the center of the steering wheel. That is a full 13 inches. I am sitting 13 inches away from the steering wheel with my very short driving position, and this is really comfortable. Now, I will say this seat, and I don't know if it's based on the model that I'm in, I wish it would go up maybe just an inch more, and there's certainly some room above here that would make this better, but the belt line isn't super high, but I do feel like I have some visibility issues out of the front. However, the real bonus here is the fact that I don't feel like the airbag, if I'm in an accident, this isn't gonna kill me. That gets a thumbs up for me. Like this better than the Toyota Sequoia. All right, this time we are in the Jeep Wagoneer, and this is the new full-size Jeep, and it's 3-row, and yeah, this also has adjustable pedals. There are only 2 full-size SUVs that still have adjustable pedals, and nope, GM is not one of them. The Jeep Wagoneer is new and it has them. So again, I feel like I have a really good driving position here, and I was able to get the seat up a little bit higher, I feel like, than I did in the Ford Expedition, but able to push the pedals back, the steering wheel back, so I have a really good breakover angle with my wrist. And again, I feel like I have a good, just space here, good space, and I feel like I can see over the steering wheel just a little bit better. So the hood line doesn't seem as high, plus I think that the belt line is even lower than it was in the Expedition. But now it's time for the tape measure test, and let's see where this one is. So breastbone to, oh, that's like 13.5 inches. I have to say that is probably the biggest and best difference I have ever found in a vehicle that I've been driving, like, ever. So lower belt line, really even further away from the steering wheel, and I just generally feel a little bit more comfortable in this. So yeah, I'm gonna bump this above the Ford Expedition. Sitting in the Chevrolet Tahoe, and I do say finally because yeah, this vehicle is pretty much identical to the GMC Yukon, so we're just gonna kind of group them together because my driving position is going to be the same in both. And the big downfall of this vehicle is going to be the fact that there are no adjustable pedals. And so here I am, I'm sitting so that I can reach both of the pedals, and I don't feel like I'm eating the steering wheel, but I have a lot of overlap here between my wrist and the top of the steering wheel. So I've got it pushed all the way far away, and yeah, this is kind of where I'm at, and I don't feel awful about this, but I don't feel great about it either. So we'll pull out the steering wheel, or pull out the tape measure, and so that's about 11 inches. So that's gonna be better than the Sequoia, but worse than the Wagoneer and the Expedition. I'm also gonna say that this right here bumps up over and creates just a little bit of a visual hazard for me, in addition to the hood line. And this is as far as the seat will go up, and it could travel up a couple of more inches, but this is where we're at. All right, you may be wondering why we are looking at these specific SUVs that we are looking at today, and here's the thing. They're the ones that are at the Detroit Auto Show. We are looking at Ford, we are looking at Jeep, we are looking at Toyota, we are looking at Chevrolet. If you're wondering where Honda, Infiniti, Nissan, some of those other automakers are, they're not here. So I can't talk about what I can't see. If I want to wrap this up and tell you where I stand with the driving position on full-size SUVs, I would say Wagoneer is number 1, then the Ford Expedition is number 2. I'm going to put this, the Tahoe Yukon Duo, in at number 3 and 4, and then the Sequoia, unfortunately, the first one that we did, is last. So if you are shopping for a full-size SUV, you definitely need to sit in the driver's seat if you are a petite driver and play around with it, because you may find something, like if your legs are longer than mine, you may find a little bit of a different position. But adjustable pedals, telescoping steering wheel, and a very adjustable driver's seat are your friend. So that is my look at the full-size SUVs at the Detroit Auto Show. Yeah, Jeep Wagoneer, maybe start there. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out other videos, and again, I'm really bad at pointing where they are. They're somewhere, so check those out. You can check us out on the web at pickuptrucktalk.com, and be sure to find us on Twitter and Instagram at pickuptrucktalk. So thanks for watching, and I will see you down the road.